Hello everyone, welcome to Danny TreeFrog Reviews. For today's kinda different portable difference, we're going to be taking a look at the Gex games for Game Boy. The original Gex never got a Game Boy release, so we're just looking at 2 and 3. Beautiful sound work so far. Well, in terms of the gameplay, this is more of a sequel to the original Gex, as in the original Gex was also a 2D platformer. But for the most part, it really does just feel like a 2D version of its console counterpart. The movement takes a little bit of getting used to, because whenever he starts out, he's a little slow and then he starts running. I know he does something like that in the console version, but I don't know, something about this takes a little bit of getting used to. I understand there was limitations on the Game Boy, but maybe they could have added a little bit of animation for when he does a tail bounce. This isn't too bad of a problem, but it does kind of have that what's in the background and what can you walk on type of problem where it's a little hard to tell. The goal of the game is pretty much the same as the console version. Get as many remotes as you can to progress to the next areas. This version's alright, but I just prefer the console version. The game's not bad by any means, but it was mostly there just for someone who just absolutely wanted to play Gex on the go. Now let's see if Gex 3 improves that at all. Yeah, there's some improvements. Why are you giving me that look? What the heck do you want? One thing I already noticed about the hub world is the fact that it's kinda confusing. There are some differences here and there, but it mostly looks samey, so I kinda got lost a lot. Well, just like the Game Boy game before this, it's trying to be like its console version. Just 2D. At first I was wondering why the sky was like brownish orange, until I realized it's actually the mountains. You know, alright. Attention to detail, I guess. I gotta say, it's nice to see that these games aren't very glitchy or anything. Oh, no, there it is. Gex definitely has more animations this time around, probably because this was actually on a Game Boy Color cartridge rather than one that was just compatible with Game Boy Color. And Gex actually has some costumes this time around rather than just his regular self. Something I forgot to mention is that the previous Game Boy game had passwords instead of save states. Well, this one's no different. Not really sure why they didn't have save spots, but you know, whatever. I mean, this one is definitely better than the previous Game Boy game, but again, compared to the console version, it just doesn't hold a candle. If you had to choose between the two, I would definitely go with this one for playing on the go. Although, if you happen to have a PlayStation Network account, along with having a PSP, or more conveniently at this point in time, a PS Vita, then you have access to these games to play on the go, the console versions. So it kinda renders the Game Boy versions collector's items at best. Or, you know, if you happen to prefer those versions for some reason. Well, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to like this video if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and remember, this is Danny TreeFrog with Danny TreeFrog Reviews.